It's Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. Let's talk about the news. From the Associated Press, Saudi Arabia appoints first ambassador to Syria since 2012. Over the weekend, the Saudi government announced that it has appointed its first ambassador to Syria since it broke diplomatic ties with the country about 12 years ago. This is of a kind with other efforts by the Saudi government to rebuild fraying relations with its regional neighbors, and follows a decision by the Arab League to readmit Syria into its membership a little more than a year ago. Syria has been embroiled in a civil war since 2011, about 500,000 people confirmed killed, and half the country's pre-war population of about 23 million people displaced since then. Syria, along with Turkey, was hit by a massive and deadly earthquake in early 2023, and the regional response to that led to a rewarming of relations between Syrian President Assad and leaders of other, till that moment geopolitically estranged, Middle Eastern countries. From the New York Times, storms kill 19 in U.S. southern plains as severe weather moves east. A wave of powerful storms tore through Texas, Kentucky, Oklahoma, and Arkansas over the weekend, leading to at least 19 deaths and leaving hundreds of thousands of people without electricity. Hundreds of homes and other structures were leveled by extremely powerful winds, and some of the damage is suspected to have been caused by yet-to-be-confirmed tornadoes. Nearly 500,000 people throughout the Southern Plains region were still without power as of Monday afternoon, and this is just one of several recent powerful storms to plow through the area in recent weeks, which is normal for this time of year, but the strength of these storms, especially the winds they bring with them, is abnormal, and being attributed to at times record-setting heat in the afflicted areas. And from BBC News, Burkina Faso extends military rule by 5 years. The military junta that has governed Burkina Faso following a successful coup nearly 2 years ago has said that its plans to restore civilian government by July 1st of this year have been postponed for up to another 60 months. This is not entirely unexpected, as the military governments in this region, most of which came to power in just the past several years by launching coups against their previously democratically elected governments, have grown increasingly confident as they've unified, in some regards at least, against the democratic government-led nations that surround them, and which have pushed them to transition back to civilian governance. Most of these coups were justified by claims that the previous governments were failing to combat violent Islamic extremist groups that operate in the region, and that's the justification for this extension as well. The current junta leader saying that elections are not a priority until these groups are pushed out of territory they are holding, something they say will probably take just 2 to 3 months, which would then allow them to restore civilian rule within 21 months. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.